Last week we already talked how different situations require different fonts to use. Here's Eric Spiekermann, German font designer, explaining different shoes you might want to wear to a party. It's the same with websites. You could use all the system fonts that everybody has, but they're quite limited and would look very standard and old style, like the old web used to look like. So it might be good to use Google fonts. It's growing and there are a lot more choices now. So it's a pretty good option and they load fast. Or you could head over, I've made a list on my website compiling different foundries and people that design web fonts or fonts in general that you can license. A lot of them are also free. However, when they're free, you might have to look out that they don't have all the characters or they have very slow loading times. They're not optimized for the web. They always talk about the licensing agreement, the EULA on these license fonts, how many people come to your website. There are different pricings for that. Some can get actually really pricey. But if you have a well-designed font, it really it makes you look better and cooler. And there's some very individual fonts I think it's worth looking into. The last thing you can do is you can build your own font. It takes a lot of time to build a text font, but for fun you can very easily make a display font. And there's a program called FontForge. It's free. It's clunky because it's free. Of course, there are like other programs like Glyphs and RoboFont that are paid for, and they have much better tools to make a smoother font. But I would build it in Illustrator and import it into FontForge, and I can show you how to export it from there. I think you can save it as a web font, or you can generate kind of any kind of font with a web font generator like Font Squirrel, but there's several other ones. I can show you also how to do that. The benefit of this is that when it comes out, you're getting already the code from the that you have to put into the head and into the CSS, so you don't have to look that up. I'll save you a little bit of time. There's also a bit on the hierarchies and how to prepare the fonts. Like the content of your website has to be sort of put into chunks so you can easily code it into your page, and how to prepare that. And I talked to Stephen Nixon, who is a really cool font designer who did a couple of variable fonts. Some of them are even on Google Fonts. He built a few tools that are very useful for font designers on the web. It's going to be fun to get to know him. And then let's post more of your website. But anyway, it's time to put some work up. We're 2/3 through the course, so time. Thank you.